What's up, y'all? Guess what? You almost there. You almost there. You are almost there. I don't know who I'm talking to today. What's up, y'all? Guess what? But somebody got to realize that you are right there. Why do I say that? Remember this. I've always said this. I tell other people this. I always say this to myself. I say this to my family. I say this to my friends. When it comes to the world of faith, true faith, believing it, not doubting it, and you have that in your heart, you are a believer in Jesus Christ, you believe in faith, the Word of God, and God, who He is, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. The only thing the devil can do to stop you is distract you. Now, he can bring problems into your life, issues, calamity, all kind of stuff can come into your life. Real talk. It's happened to me. But when you really get locked in on faith, that raw dog, what I call that pit bull faith. If a pit bull ever lock onto something, they don't let it go. Somebody gotta almost kill them, if not kill them, for them to let it go. That pit bull faith, the only thing he can do is distract you. So when you know you are right there is when the distractions loom large. When it's more activity, real talk, more demonic activity. When drama is going on that came from the past. When drama is going on that you thought you was over, that you was through with. When that stuff start happening, guess what? That means you are right there. That means you lock in. That means you stay in faith. That means you utilize your mouth. You utilize your confessions. That means you study the Word of God. That means you tap back and you pull up that old video that inspired you 5 years ago. That means you find that old CD that inspired you last year. That means that book that you supposed to start reading, T.D. Jakes' Soul, that's still sitting on my bed since December. That means you pick it up and finish. That means you are almost right there. Don't let what's going on, what you think is going on, get you off. Remember this right here. A dude that started off as a backup quarterback who was about to quit the whole game, that joker is a Super Bowl MVP right now with a Super Bowl ring and the whole world at his future, as he say, on his way to Disney World. Uh-oh. That's what I'm talking about. This is the Akintunde Show. Time to get started, family. Time to get started, family. Get started, family. Inside the Akintunde Show, aka the Grown Man Podcast. We'll be right back. The Akintunde Show is sponsored in part by Atomic Design. Set the stage for maximum effect with your next live event with Atomic Design. Whether live event production, set custom set construction, or modular rental scenery, Atomic Design is the company for you.
Official set design of my upcoming live comedy special, Akintunde Because I Said So.
Learn more about the captivating capabilities of Atomic Design. Give them a call today at 717-626-4408 and tell them Akintunde told you to call. Atomic Design, atomicdesign.tv at 717-626-4408
$26 logo design.
and tell them Akintunde
Need a logo like the ones here?
Atomic Design, atomicdesign.tv.
Go to JaleelMakesLogos.com for your $6 logo design. JaleelMakesLogos.com. Need a logo like the ones here?
Atomic Design.
$26 logo design. JaleelMakesLogos.com. Need a logo like the ones here? Go to JaleelMakesLogos.com for yours today. JaleelMakesLogos.com.
Hey, what's up, family? The Akintunde Because I Said So Jokes and Music Tour has officially begun. Savannah, Georgia was lit. Monk's Corner was gas. Germany was spectacular.
Hollywood, Florida was off the chain. The tour is rolling, and we just added some dates. So, for my full schedule, including speaking engagements, log on to my website.
The 2014 Dove Award Comedian of the Year.
It's the Akintunde Live, Because I Said So, Jokes and Music Tour, coming to a city near you. And if it's not, do something about it. Give us a call at 1-800-280-0094. That's 1-800-280-0094. Or hit me on my website. That's akintunde.net. That's AKINTUNDE.net. Because I Said So, Jokes and Music Tour, coming to a city near you. I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.
What's up, world? Hey, family. What's going on, y'all? This is the Akintunde Show, a.k.a. the Grown Man Podcast. Do me a favor. First of all, let me say this. Happy Thursday to you. If I ask you to do anything, happy Thursday to you. Thursday, 12 o'clock noon. You're on your lunch break, on your phone, on your social media. Clearly, if you're seeing this, or if you're watching this on demand later on, you're watching it whenever. Isn't that beautiful? Do me a favor. Share this video. Share this post. Call somebody that got a phone, got a tablet, got a computer, that has a desktop, whatever, laptop, whatever. Let them know that we are on the air right now, live. Share this video right now. Hey, again, I haven't been on since last Sunday, so let me go ahead and give my congratulations, and shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles for being the 2018. I say 19. Wow, you that there? 2000. I say 19. 2018 Super Bowl champions, world champions of the NFL. Man, that seemed very unlikely on last week, okay? All right? I want to send a special shout-out to my pastor, Dr. Herbert Bailey, for totally showing all the love to the Eagles last night. This pastor sure was thinking that the Eagles were going to lose on Sunday. He said it. He said it at church at the end of the second service. And then he said it again on social media. It was taunting me on social media as well during the game. But he played a wonderful video last night doing Bible study of the Eagles. The Eagles giving the ministry that the Eagles team has, particularly with their quarterback. And they actually showed some of the players even having Bible study and being baptized. I don't know if you saw that video. If you haven't seen that video, that is a very encouraging and blessed video. Find that video on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, somewhere. It's somewhere out there. I don't know if he said last night where he actually found it at. But shout out again to the Super Bowl champion winners, Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to the New England Patriots. Yeah. I saw Pats fans on Facebook, man, damn. Boy, they were sad Sunday. Dude, people sad Sunday. But hey, I will give them credit for a great game. Tom Brady is phenomenal. I'm not sure if he's the greatest of all times. I think sometimes when you put that moniker on somebody, you put that title on somebody, it's like man, it's like you bring the pressure to that person. But they did their thing, man. I tell you what, if that pass that was thrown to Tom Brady, if he'd caught that pass, it'd been hard to argue with that. But again, wonderful game on this past Sunday night. Super Bowl champions, New England Patriots. Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles. I did not do that on purpose. I'm not trying to be petty. I know a lot of people talking about, oh, you trying to be petty. Oh, you trying to be petty. That's okay. I know. Shout out to my man Griff. Griff's prayer on the Erica Campbell show. Griff prayed last week. He prayed for the Eagles, and then he also tweeted that the Eagles will win. So Griff, the prayers of the righteous avail much, clearly, and the Eagles did their thing. Here's something I don't really understand. Now the Eagles, I don't get this. So the Eagles win the Super Bowl and then go to tearing up the city. I don't understand that. How do you bring a championship home to your city and the way you celebrate is by tearing it up? That was ridiculous. And it was like, I'm watching these grown people. These wasn't no teenagers. These were grown people in their 30s and 40s and 50s with good jobs out there turning over cars and breaking in the store. Hey, what you own that makes you turn and act like that? Because you're happy. Oh my God, this is great. We won. Let's go tear up something. Let's go destroy the city. What? Anyway, it reminds me of an old song, I think by 8-Ball MJG called Tear the Club Up. You remember that? That's old school right there, boy. All my saints and sinners, all my saints who used to be certified sinners like myself. Oh boy, you having a flashback right now, like, oh, that's my jam. Tear the club up. That song always baffled me. Why would you be in the club? And why would the club owner tell the DJ, hey man, play that Tear the Club Up. Put that on right there. What? Tear the club up. Tear the club up. That's the last thing you want to see is a female stand up on the chair talking about, tear the club up. Tear the club up. Yeah, that's what I want to take on see my mama. Anyway, share this video, please. Share this video. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We have, of course, today it is the battle, the debate, the great debate. Pastor Lewis Tucker, David Pendergrass. Y'all see how ashy my hands are. The great debate part 2. Tucker versus Pendergrass. LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. 2 passionate debates. I'll be hosting that. So, okay, just real talk, just real quick. Pastor Tucker beat up on me last week. David came in. You know somebody else jumping in. You ever been in a fight with somebody and somebody else jump in? I shouldn't use that. Fight is a bad terminology. I mean, Pastor Tucker clearly wasn't fight. That's not correct. But you ever been getting, remember back in the day, you been in a fight with somebody, your boy jump in, you be like, no. You got that joker, but you really glad your boy jumped in? That's how it was last week when David jumped in. Pastor Tucker came prepared, tearing me up. But again, let's definitely get ready for that. That's coming up in just a little bit. Speaking of upcoming stuff, we got next week's show. I'll be talking about this later on a little bit more. Next week's show, I am discussing the topic, what's going on with these dogs. What I mean by that is dogs is getting way out of hand. I'll tell you a little bit about that more in the show later. But I do need some dog lovers to be on the show with me on next week. I don't care if you don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be a author. You don't have to know me. You just have to be a dog lover, like who really loves dogs. I mean a true dog lover. Okay? Be on the show next week. The following week, we are covering the Panther movie. Now, Free Thinkers Radio is covering a private screening on the, what's that date again? The 15th, February 15th, right here in Columbia, South Carolina. Free Thinkers will be hosting a red carpet covering a private screening. That's the day before the movie comes out. Okay, so I will be there with them, and literally I'll be just flying back from Florida. And I tell you, I'm really excited about this movie. Saw the different trailers that are out there. Saw the special clip that Lexus put out there during the Super Bowl the other day. That was very encouraging, very exciting. I can't wait to see this movie. I am off the charts excited. Everything that I hear about it is good. And I'm not a superhero guy. I'm not all stoked and get crunk just because it's a new superhero movie out. I'm not the guy who's just hyped on Marvel movies. I'm not a guy who just hyped on black movies. There's some whack black movies out there, and I'm not gonna just support you because you're African American. I will give you a second look because you're African American. But if you are promoting something that's contradictory to my faith or to my race, or just some garbage content, I will not support it. So it's not just the fact this is black or the fact this is a superhero that I'm so excited. I think it's gonna be a quality film. And I think it's some bigger, larger implications that we are looking at that are going into this that are factoring into my support of this. We'll talk about that more the week after next as we cover the red carpet and as we just talk about after we've all had a chance to see the movie. What's the other topic? So here's another topic. The following week, so in 2 weeks, next week, dogs. Week follow that, Black Panther movie. The third week, which will be 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna be doing a show, and I'll let you know who I'm having on. But my man Speech from Arrested Development put a great tweet out the other day, great post, and he basically was asking a question, and somewhat implying that some of the leaders in the hip hop movement were negligent and also were guilty of some crimes against the black community. If you allow me to say, that's a wrong word, crimes. that they had been guilty of a negative narrative for the black community. That they have taken advantage of black females. That they have taken advantage of young black youth. I greatly agree on many levels. And my man speech took some flack because of that on social media. A lot of people were coming out against him. The Breakfast Club, several other people were talking about it. So on the following week, I'm going to be discussing that. I hope to have speech on. I definitely have a great panel. I'm loving. I love what the conversation. I think it's a dialogue that needs to happen. That greatly needs to happen. And I think that men, as husbands and fathers, and as men, particularly African American men, I think we need to have a real dialogue about the culture of our communities, the culture of our families, and the culture of music. So I'm gonna put together some artists and some leaders and some folks who I know have passionate opinions, prayerfully on both sides of that dialogue. That's the following week. Again, in just a little bit, I got the great debate with David Pendergrass and Pastor Lewis Tucker coming up in just a little bit. Okay. Shout out to my sponsors today, Atomic Designs. Atomic Design did the set design for my recently filmed comedy special, Because I Said So. And they are a wonderful set design company. If you want to get more information about Atomic Design, you saw their promo just a little bit, atomicdesign.tv. Atomicdesign.tv, that's the website. You need to get you a logo design, your own logo, print as well as video. Jaleel Makes Logos is a great website for you to get your logo. Log on to JaleelMakesLogos.com and get your logo today. Only $26. Only $26 to get your logo today. That's our two sponsors for today, Atomic Design and Jaleel Makes Logos. So here's some upcoming dates that I have. I need everybody to be aware of. Catch me on the road. It's a lot of stuff happening right now, good stuff. And y'all just pray for us that all these different pieces that we are working on, that they go through, that they come to full fruition and full manifestation. I'm so excited. It's just a wonderful time. But we just finished our January fast. Of course, we've been working on different things, believing God for some major things that happen in our ministry, business, and personal careers, and a lot of things are going on right now. So pray for us if you think about us. Upcoming dates. February 9th, I'll be in Kane Street, South Carolina with New Covenant Ministries. I was there last year for their Valentine's Day event, and they asked me to come back this year. I love that. I always say, anytime black churches bring you back, it's always a wonderful thing because a black church will enjoy you and not bring you back. White churches will bring you back year after year. Hey, buddy. Hey, man, we really enjoyed you, man. Hey, man, put us on the calendar for next year, same time. Man, thank you, God. Appreciate that, bro. Black church be like, man, praise God, we enjoyed you. We're like, all right, now we're gonna see you in 6 years if we bring you back at all. So I just thank God for coming back. New Covenant Ministries. That's Friday night in Kane Street, South Carolina. February 14th, Valentine's Day, Tampa, Florida. I'll be at Crossover Church in Tampa, Florida for their big Valentine's Day event. I said Valentine's Day event for New Covenant. I should say Valentine's weekend. February 23rd, I'll be in Houston, Texas, with my man Marcus Wiley and many other music guests for Praise and Punchlines. That's Marcus Wiley's event that he does in Houston, Texas on a consistent basis. I did it about maybe 3 years ago, something like that. And I thank Marcus for bringing me back. And we'll be in Houston, Texas on February 23rd. February 25th, I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina that morning at Evangel Fellowship. That's the church of Apostle Otis Lockett, the late Apostle Otis Lockett. His son is taking over that ministry, and they are thriving. I'm excited to be back at Evangel. This will be my third trip to Evangel Word Ministries in Greensboro, North Carolina. February 25th, I'm in Bennettsville, South Carolina. That same day in the afternoon, I'm there with my good friend Bishop Robert Christopher Brown Jr., and we'll be at the Sword of Truth Church in Bennettsville, South Carolina. He's having a relationship conference, and my wife Eunice will be with me on that, and we'll be discussing various topics. I'm sure one of them will be working with your spouse, which is always a wonderful challenge, particularly when you work with someone like me, a somewhat hard driving perfectionist who's a little bit crazy. Okay. That's coming up on February 25th. A lot of dates are changing to March. March is first 2 weeks in March, a lot of dates are changing. I had a movie that I'm scheduled to do that I'm not sure if they're changing that or not, and I'm not sure if we're shooting that. So there's a lot of dates that kind of been moving around this week in March. So I don't even know. So if you see something on my website, just know that's subject to change. I know the Minnesota date has been moved to April. Minneapolis, Minnesota has been moved to April. I'll be at the Stellar Wars. I'm back at the Stellar Wars. I just got that confirmed. At the Stellar Wars on March 23rd through the 24th. So I'll be there. I'll be hosting the behind the show. And be there 2 days cutting up and just having a good time with the Stellar Wars. So glad to be back at the Stellar Wars. Shout out to Don Jackson and the entire Stellar Wars family. I'm in Alexandria, Virginia on April the 6th. Agape Embassy Ministries. Man, I love Agape. That is an awesome church. And I'm so glad to be back down there with Pastor Mills and co-Pastor Mills and just the whole family, man. Great church. Oh, my gosh. Agape Embassy in Alexandria, Virginia. April 20th, Terrence Young is celebrating his birthday party. And so a big musical celebration. He's asked me to host. I'll be there with my man Terrence Young on April the 20th. Something major is brewing right now in Greenville, South Carolina. When I say major, it is major. We are working out the details. We should have them finished by next week. But when I tell you this is going to be awesome, oh my God, it's going to be awesome. I'm not going to mention nothing else. Canada, we are working out the dates of some tour dates in Canada coming up right now. As soon as that is finalized, I hope I'll have that be finalized by next week as well, because it's coming up kind of quick, and I want to be able to promote it as much as I possibly can. But coming back to Canada. So, my band, I did say my band. So I'm putting together a band. Shout out to Rodriguez Stuckey, who I just found out is moving to Houston. Yes. Next week. But he did put together a band for me, but now I got to replace him. So my band is called Spiritual Chocolate. A shout out to, of course, the movie Coming to America. Spiritual Chocolate. Spiritual Chocolate! We're about to do some tour dates. Our first tour date that we're doing under Spiritual Chocolate is April 28th. I am at the Sweet Potato Festival right here in Columbia, South Carolina. Sweet Potato Festival. I am excited to be there. I think I did it some years ago, like a long, long time ago. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm trying to confirm that mentally. I think I did it some years ago, but I'm not sure. But either way, if I did, it was like 12, 13 years ago. It was a long time ago. But again, I'm back at the Sweet Potato Festival on April the 28th with my band, Spiritual Chocolate. So it'd be jokes and music. That's jokes and music on steroids. I've been doing the jokes and music tour for a while. But this is now with the band, it's jokes and music on steroids. I'll let you know more about that. If you want to get more information about booking me or getting more information about my tours, please give us a call at 1-800-280-0094. That's 1-800-280-0094. The website will be updated probably by tomorrow, Friday, when those other dates are confirmed. So log on to akintunde.net. That's AKINTUNDE.net. And get more information about the tour with Akintunde, the tour with the band, all of our international dates and our dates in the States. All right. I'm sure I'm okay. I know I'm long. My man, I'm not promoting this. I'm just telling you. So this is one of my favorite drinks right here. My man, I walked in and David Pendergrass, one of the producers, and the great debater who'll be debating Pat Sucker today. So David saw this drink. He said, so where you find a Sobe at? And I'm like, yeah, like I did find a Sobe. So it's a handful of stores. I'm not promoting Sobe at all, but you can get these. I got this from the Quick Stop. That's the only place I can kind of find them. Off I-26, Quick Stop. They all over South Columbia. But all right, so we about to do this interview. Here. It's a debate between David, Pastor Lewis Tucker, pastor of my church in Lynchburg, Virginia. I'm not going to set it up. I'm not going to do a whole lot, tease it up. The interview speaks for itself, all right? But it's good, and it's truthful, and it's funny, and it's exciting. All right, this is part one. It'll be broken up, different pieces, but here it is. Interview, David Pendergrass, Pastor Lewis Tucker, GOAT, greatest of all times. LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. This is the Akintunde Show. Akintunde.
y'all. We're back. This is the Akintunde Show, a.k.a. the Grown Man Podcast, broadcasting live from Free Thinkers Studios, Free Thinkers Radio Network. Let me tell y'all something. Please do me a favor and download the Free Thinkers app. It is on your phone, whether you got a smartphone, whether you have an Android or an Apple, you're a Mac person like myself. Go to the App Store, get the app on your phone. That way you can listen to the show anytime. And when you also listen on the app, you don't burn as much battery power, nor do you use as much data. Yeah, we'll talk, because data, big issue now. Again, so, okay, as I said before we went to break, so last week, we just started a conversation. Greatest of all time. GOAT, phrase created by my man LL Cool J, refers to greatest of all times. We were talking about, of course, Tom Brady. And then we talked about, of course, Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. That was the whole crux of the conversation. Of course, as I do on many things, I talk with people before I do a show. So let me give you the backstory. So I was having a conversation with my good friend, Pastor Lewis Tucker. And I'm just saying, I'm thinking about doing a show about the greatest of all time. Casual conversation, talk about something else, and then we start talking about that. And then Pastor Tucker said, well, of course, you talking about greatest of all time. LeBron James is killing Michael Jordan. I'm paraphrasing what he said. And I was like, whoa. I was shocked by this, number one, because the main people who say that LeBron James is the greatest of all time, they're younger people. So I give them a pass. You're 20-something. You're a millennial. Or in my son's case, Elijah, you're 15. You were born in 2002, 1, whatever, 3, whatever. You young, you don't know nothing. You ain't lived no life. You ain't had no experience. You don't know to know that Michael Jordan is clearly better than LeBron James. Well, Pastor Tucker held his ground. He was serious. He did not at all bend about his opinion that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. So I said, you know what, Pastor Tucker? You got to come on the show. You got to come on the show and defend your position. Now, Pastor Tucker is a pastor, but Pastor Tucker talks trash. I'm talking about big time. And he got to talking trash. And I said, okay, come on the show. So then David Pendergrass, when we were actually doing the show, David Pendergrass, one of the producers on the show, one of the leaders here at Free Thinkers Radio Network, David could not take it. He literally got antsy. He got full. He was like, you got to let me get in this conversation. And here we are now. So I'm about to bring him in now. I'm about to introduce my guest today. The great debate, the challenge. We're going toe-to-toe. Mayweather versus Pacquiao. It is Ali versus any of them. Thriller Manila, Foreman. You see him on the screen. Pastor Lewis Tucker, pastor of my church in Lynchburg, Virginia, and my man, sound engineer, producer extraordinaire, Mr. David Pendergrass. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
All right, so, okay, I told y'all now. Now, again, clearly I'm in disagreement with Pastor Tucker. I'm in passionate disagreement. However, I'm agreeing with David, but I'm going to let these brothers debate freely. I'm not going to bend it. I will chime in with my opinion, but just know we're not double teaming Pastor Tucker. Believe me. Okay, so let me say this real quick, right here real quick. So last week, when I tell you, Pastor Tucker, he got it, okay? The man is an engineer by trade. He came in the room, he came in the game prepared, Pastor Tucker. You did your homework. You had really, really got yourself together. And I said, okay, all right, he punched me and he came in and punched me in the gut. He really took it there. I said, but again, when you gonna bring it, you got to bring it. So, Pastor Tucker, you ready this week? I'm sure.
Oh, you know, I already told you, Dave can come get this work just like you can. And I told you, I already saw how these shenanigans was going from the jump. I told you were gonna go and get your producers and your researchers and everybody else and try to gang up on it. But it's all good. It's all good because I told you I come prepared for this battle. See, because I don't even get down with all of the okie doke and all of that, the millennial talk and all that. See, one thing about me, yeah, I'm not a millennial, but see, I've had the benefit of being here and watching all of the greats.
Right.
I remember watching Dr. J. I remember watching Kareem. I don't watch Kobe. I don't watch Mike. I don't watch LeBron. So see, I'm not a prisoner of one moment. See, I can sit back and do a reality check and say, okay, I have watched all of this, and I can tell you that this is truly the greatest thing I've ever seen. See, some of y'all stuck in the time warp. Some of y'all still got bell-bottom jeans in your closet and your platform shoes, and that's all right. But see, I ain't still trying to play no 8 tracks. I gave that up. I'm on MP3s right now. So see, I'm just trying to get something across. So you got to make sure that you are willing to let go of stuff and stop holding on to nostalgia. That's all right.
Wow, nostalgia.
He said nostalgia, Dave.
That's what I'm
all right, let me, before I turn y'all over, before I let y'all really have it, here's what I got to say, Pastor. I understand. I have a lot of respect, off the charts respect for LeBron James, for what he's been able to accomplish, for what, as a family man, I appreciate this brother. I appreciate him coming up as a young man, coming straight out of high school, getting right into the league and doing his thing, living up to the hype, one of the few, okay? However, Michael Jordan is poetry in motion. Watching Michael Jordan is like watching a great painter paint his painting. It's like watching Prince play the guitar. It's like watching Fred Astaire dance. Michael Jordan, he is a living legend. The man exudes basketball. The moves he did. LeBron James is awesome, but it's like, you know, it's like
you lost.
Okay.
You know,
and I'm gonna let you go, Dave. But I want to deal with that analogy you just used, because see, I have great respect for Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I don't have no problem with that. Like I told you, I was a Jordan fan during his day. I ain't got no problem with that. But when I saw something greater, I had to realize, and I had to be honest with myself and say there was something greater. And just like you can say, it's poetry in motion and everything else. And you say, oh, but LeBron James, I'll put it to you this way. You remember back in the day, NWA wrestling? Yes, sir. You might have been a Superfly Jimmy Snuka fan. I like the Road Warriors. And I can tell you one thing, if you'd have put Superfly Snuka in there with the Road Warriors, he won't come out there.
It would have been rack him up. He would have been racked up. I feel you on that one. Yeah.
David, he went there.
He did go there.
He went old school. All the old school wrestling fans like, boy, that was a good flashback right there.
That
Jimmy
was
Snuka
right there.
Coming off that tightrope.
Yeah, it was poetry in motion, but you couldn't do nothing with Hawk and Animal, boy. Won't nothing but brute force, and you couldn't do nothing with it. Just like you can't stop that train when he coming down the track, baby.
He's a big boy.
Let's bring David into the conversation, because David. Okay, first of all, let's deal with this right here. If you could just talk about skill level.
Okay.
Just talk, but as we debating, let's talk about skill level. Start with David. Come on in and make your comparisons here. Your argument: Jordan versus LeBron.
All right. So I'm gonna preface this because see, a lot of people know that I'm a sports enthusiast and I'm a purist.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'll be real with you. It's almost disrespectful, to have the question. just being real. The question itself, there's a slight bit of disrespect there. It's almost the Brady versus Joe Montana thing. You don't know what Joe Montana looked like losing a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So how can you say Tom Brady?
Yeah.
So I'm you know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. So I'm gonna preface it with that. But since this seems to be an argument people want to have, I'm gonna participate. Right? I'm gonna participate. I'm participating in the argument with people saying that, LeBron James currently with his little situation and, even in the current state of his team right now, in his so-called prime,
right,
is better than what ESPN has called already the best athlete of his century.
Say that again. Just say it again.
He's the best athlete of his century.
Yes.
But you're saying that LeBron James right now is better than the best athlete of the 20th century. Okay. Okay. If we want to do that, we can do that. But I would say. So
just for clarity, they say that Michael
Jeffrey Jordan
is the best athlete of the 20th century.
Of the 20th century.
Wow. That's saying something.
That's number one. That's a statement
that I agree with.
That's what I'm saying. There was some great athletes in that century.
Right.
But
no. But go
on the ESPN, this is the only one award winner. And one of the reasons they say that is, and one of the reasons the same beef I have with anybody who's trying to make it, I can call LeBron a 1B. But I can't call him a 1 and call Mike a 2 because the simple fact of the matter is he didn't stop enough players from getting rings in his career. Number one, Michael Jeffrey Jordan is the reason Charles Barkley doesn't have a ring.
Yeah.
He's
right.
the reason.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
we're talking
right.
about results here.
That's
You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want to about, team makeup or whatever.
Yeah.
No. Look at these teams that LeBron is on, the teams that Michael was on. LeBron is on more star-studded teams, more all-star appearances on his team. Period, point blank. So to say he didn't have any help, he also, that team that he won nothing with right before, the situation with his, that was a real family issue. They shouldn't have really did the man like that. But at the end of the day, that Boston team spanked him. That Boston team left him, left him to dry. So Michael Jordan did better even when he lost.
So Pat Tuck, clearly you don't agree with that. Let's go back to Dave's assertion that I agree with Dave and ESPN that Michael Jordan is the best athlete of the 20th century. What do you think about that?
First of all, I believe that's, as Stephen A. would say, that's absolutely ludicrous.
Mm-hmm.
That they would have the unmitigated gall
unmitigated
to come out of their mouth with such foolishness. It's crazy.
Greatest North American athlete of the 20th century.
There has never been a physical specimen like LeBron James on the planet. So to even talk about athlete, and we're talking athlete cross sports, and you look at him, that's not even a question. He's bigger, stronger, faster than anything else that you've ever seen before, and you want to talk about athletics. So that's out of the question. Second of all, once again, we keep having this conversation and keep trying to shift the narrative. The question was, who is the greatest of all times? And we're talking about basketball players. So we're talking about the greatest basketball player of all time.
Right.
We didn't say who won the most championships because, as I prefaced in the last segment, Dr. Julius Erving, the great Dr. Julius Erving, let me get that correct, said that teams win championships. So once again, and if the question is who's the greatest champion, Bill Russell shuts that conversation down. If we're talking about who's the most accomplished, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar shuts that conversation down. And neither one of those is Michael Jeffrey Jordan even the answer to that question. But if we're going to talk about who's the greatest basketball player, the answer once again is LeBron James, because they are metrics that they have set in place to measure basketball players. All you have to do is look up basketball statistics. They have been in place for a long time. They have percentages, they have averages, they have totals, season totals, final totals, all of those, and each player has those, because when you're comparing player to player, those are the metrics that you use. I told you before, I'm an engineer. You cannot sit there and say, we want to tell you the temperature in the room and say, well, it feels colder over here. No, what does the thermometer say? And with the thermometer, we read in degrees. So let's look at the degrees of the matter. Because every time we keep going back to this thing, well, he got more championships. He stopped more people from getting championships. He stopped more people. Well, first of all, even in that argument, how many Hall of Fame coaches has LeBron ever played for?
Larry Brown.
None. And so, once again, how much dysfunction has been in the organization that he's played in? They're even talking about right now that David Griffin is actually, Dan Gilbert is actually destroying the Cleveland Cavaliers around him to spite him because he can't control him. Because he wants him to either lock in front so that I can know what I got going on next year, or either I want you to be able to waive your no trade clause so I can do what I want. So because that was not the case, he made the Kyrie trade. He did these things, and he's doing what he's doing to Cleveland right now to spite him. When was Michael Jordan ever in a situation like that?
Dr. Krause never allowed. See, here's the thing. LeBron, and this is LeBron's legacy, is LeBron did bring, and it may be a good thing, maybe a bad thing, but he did bring the freedom or the free agency of the player to the NBA. That's what he brought. Michael Jordan brought another.
I want to pause you right there when you say it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. was it a good thing or was it a bad thing what Harriet Tubman did for the slaves?
Oh my goodness, that's a whole lot different when you're talking about the fact that wait. Because what you're saying right now is that the freedom. Wait, there's a whole difference between Michael Jordan was never a slave, but he was not given the leverage that LeBron James is being given.
If on your job they told you didn't have the freedom to change your job, you would say something was wrong with that. You'd be ready to march, hit the street. You'd be signing everybody's petition and protesting.
Yeah, I mean,
because he has brought this to the table, everybody wants to talk about whether or not this is a good thing.
LeBron is muscling moves.
He did something that was for the players, unselfish.
No. He's being selfish. Now, I will say this, and I will give Maverick Carter also his props, because I will say, honestly, that LeBron James would maybe have one championship right now in his career if it was not for Maverick Carter. I know Maverick Carter is an amazing agent, and it's his homeboy. He put him through school for that. But unfortunately, that's what led to now. Now you are getting the backlash from Dan Gilbert, from the league. This is the backlash. This is what comes with that. You want more freedom? This is what you get.
Even finish that one
you get to run around with broke legs.
Are you telling me Dan Gilbert wasn't acting up before he left?
Dan Gilbert was acting up before he left, but at the same time, he was acting up based on the fact that LeBron would not commit.
Same dysfunctional dude that's acting up again now, but it's LeBron's fault.
You do realize Jerry Krause, had his issues with Michael also.
Yeah.
Michael handled it differently than LeBron did. But then again, also because Michael did not have Maverick Carter. So,
exactly.
Let's talk about this. I want to go back to the whole coaching conversation topic that Pastor Tucker brought up.
Mm-hmm.
Coaching, of course, Phil Jackson is Phil Jackson. Okay, it's undeniable.
He became Phil Jackson because of Michael Jordan.
And that's the point the question I have for both of y'all. Is Phil Jackson who he is, credibility-wise, wins-wise, rings and all that? A Hall of Fame coach, of course, because of Michael Jordan? Or is Michael Jordan who he was because of Phil Jackson?
Carmelo would say Michael.
Give me the full sentence on that. Carmelo Anthony would say Michael.
Carmelo would say Michael.
But you got to understand, Phil in New York was not a coach.
Pastor Tucker's screen is frozen.
Am I still frozen?
Oh, it is on the monitor.
Am I still frozen?
Let me see.
So, while they unfreeze you, another person that probably would say Michael would be Kobe because he knows what it feels like to get swept by that Dallas team with Phil sitting there looking right at him. Phil Jackson doesn't know what it feels like to get swept with Michael on the court.
And is that because of the coach or is that because of the player? Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, don't get me wrong. Brown is a wonderful coach. Larry Brown is a phenomenal coach, Hall of Fame, excellent coach. But again, he doesn't get the credibility that Phil Jackson has because Phil Jackson got the ring. The question of it is does Phil Jackson have the ring because of Michael Jordan or because he Michael Jordan because of Phil Jackson? I mean, that's a big question. Would Michael Jordan have those same rings with another coach?
Larry Brown with Allen Iverson lost in 6 games to the Lakers. Larry Brown and LeBron James, didn't they get swept? Or was that the 4-1? Which loss was that where it was Larry Brown? Or did they even make the finals with Larry Brown and LeBron James? Because Larry Brown and Allen Iverson, that was a 6-game delay.
Go ahead, Pastor. What you think?
One of the things about it, people always want to try to play that the player makes the coach, and as if the coach doesn't matter. If that's the case, why are they changing coaches 100 times a year?
Well, Michael didn't seem to have to change coaches 100 times.
Well, everybody want to keep acting like Michael never lost.
So let's. But he lost better than LeBron. He even lost better than LeBron.
Because we keep talking about Michael 6-0, but Michael was in the league 15 years.
Michael.
Why was he not 15?
2 or 3 of those years was that he really was in the league 12 before he left.
Answer that question
for management.
Why is he not 15-0 if he's Michael? If he's the GOAT now?
Well, look at LeBron James. LeBron James been in the league.
No. Don't put it back on LeBron because according to y'all, he's not even up to Michael's shoe.
What I'm saying is, I started this thing out saying we're talking about 1A, 1B. But to say that LeBron's better than Mike, you would have to show me what Mike looks like losing in the finals. You have to show me what Mike looks like in a game 7 of a
final. I'm
final.
answer that question in a minute. I'm just
we don't even know what that looks like. You know what we also look like? We don't know what it looks like for Michael to lose Olympic games.
And you keep talking.
We don't know what it looks like for Michael to lose World Championship games.
Hold on, one at a time.
You keep talking about Michael being undefeated. And Michael being undefeated.
For the money, he's undefeated.
My whole thing is, if he was undefeated, then how come he only went 6 times out of 15 years?
6-0. Right?
How come he only went 6 times?
Now, we're talking about 6.
So that means 9 times he didn't even make it.
We're talking about 6 and 1 to 8. Yeah, absolutely. The Detroit Pistons had his number.
Hold on a second. So really what we're holding against LeBron is actually making it more times than he actually won.
We're holding against LeBron that when it was his time to win for the money, he got beat.
No,
for the money.
No, you're saying
he got beat.
So if he had actually lost in the previous round, in those years that he actually lost the finals, and he was actually undefeated in the finals, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. So if he had actually lost more the game before, like Michael did, then we would say, but he's undefeated in the finals.
So we're saying that the Eastern Conference that Michael Jordan played in was in the Eastern Conference playoffs. I'm not even talking about the Eastern Conference regular season. You're telling me that the Eastern Conference playoffs for the Michael Jordan Bulls was on level with the Eastern Conference that LeBron was playing against when he actually made it, because the Detroit Pistons was beating him down the same way that Detroit Pistons
What
were
I'm
stopping Michael.
saying is, you're saying losing in the Eastern Conference Finals for Michael is better than actually beating the Eastern Conference Finals and then losing in the actual finals.
Hold on, who did LeBron beat for those in those Eastern Conference
Answer
finals?
that question first, sir.
Say it again.
You're saying losing in the Eastern Conference Finals and not actually making it to the actual finals for Michaels keeps his record pristine. So that's actually better than actually going to the actual finals and losing.
Do we want to talk about the now here's the thing. We're talking about
an answer to that question, sir.
A completely different Eastern Conference playoff.
I didn't get an answer to that question, sir.
He said, is it better for Michael? Is it better because Michael Jordan, when Michael Jordan lost 3 times to the dynasty at the time, right? And then before that, he lost to the Boston Celtics dynasty. Who did LeBron James lose?
Losing in the Eastern Conference Finals and not actually making it to the actual NBA Finals.
Did he lose to the champions? Think about that. So when you beat LeBron James, did he win the championship?
And didn't make it to the actual finals. So that's better. That's what you're telling me.
I'm telling you that when Detroit beat Michael, they also won the championship.
He lost.
They were 2-1. They were 2-1. Then the Lakers won one. Then Michael beat those Lakers.
He lost.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man. See with all these stats and all this right here, you have to understand winning got to matter. Winning still matters.
The finals, you got to get there.
Huh? You got to get you got to get there. But when you're playing against the Jason Kidd Nets versus John Stark and Patrick Ewing's Knicks, finals, we're gonna say that's the same.
I wish I had the lower thirds capability. I'd type the question up there again. To lose in the finals, you have to actually get there. So we're giving Michael credit for losing in the finals and not actually making it to the NBA final.
Yes.
That's what we keep doing.
We're doing that right now. I'm absolutely going to do that. The reason I'm going to do that. And the reason I'm going to do that.
Go ahead, Pastor.
Right now, I have to give you a lane point for that.
Oh, okay. So how many points did LeBron get for bringing a bronze home with the Dream Team? I mean, before we go there, before we go there though, before we go to that part,
I will say this. That was one of the most embarrassing Olympics ever. Now that's me saying that in Trump style. I'm saying that ever. You know,
he lost to Paul Gasol, and Marc Gasol took his gold medal. Paul Gasol. What? Paul Gasol needed Kobe to even see a finals.
Wow.
But anyway, but we're gonna say they're the same. We ain't got there. We ain't got there yet.
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
Are we ready to actually talk about who's the greatest basketball player yet? Or are we still talking about finals?
I thought that's what we were doing.
I would say winners.
Because he's still trying to change the narrative about who's the most accomplished.
No, the situation is who wins.
Basketball.
Winning matters. Winning doesn't matter.
But winning.
We settled that on the last show because Dr. J settled that.
Dr. J can't settle nothing for the NBA because he's an ABA grade. He's an ABA great.
Oh, so now you gonna disrespect?
Hey, it is what it is, brother. It is what it is on that. You can't put Dr. J in a Michael Jordan or LeBron James box. Those are NBA great.
Yeah.
The ABA was a secondary league at the time.
I tell you what, he wouldn't want to see Dr. J.
He was bad in the ABA, but we don't know that because he wasn't going at the same competition.
Yeah, so we won't play time machine.
but here, okay, Pastor, that's the thing. That's the thing. I think anybody to really actively judge it based on anything else but championship rings and the team that the team that they had at the time. Again, at the end of the day, you mentioned Bill Russell. Bill Russell wasn't playing the caliber of teams that Jordan or LeBron was playing
at all.
I mean, that was
and
Bill Russell.
These cats worked in grocery stores and off.
That's why that's an unfair metric to try to use because they're not playing the same competition. They're not playing with the same team. The only thing you can measure, the only thing that stays in the books are these statistical categories because a two-pointer has always been a two-pointer. A three-pointer has always been a three-pointer. They don't move that line. That line has always been there.
Bill Russell never shot a
three-pointer.
line
back in the 40s, you can shoot that line today.
But my point is, that's a good point. My point is the players, the caliber of competition that Michael Jordan had versus the caliber of competition that LeBron James had is on the same or if not better, in my opinion. Sure, there's a lot more superstar players. A lot of things are more advanced now. Shoes are more advanced. Medicine is more advanced. Athletic training is more advanced. I mean, everything has been going to the next level. However, if you look at some of the players that it was superstars all over the league. I mean, next level major teams you're talking about some killers during that time.
Jordan. And when did Jordan ever play a team that had Kevin Durant? Come on, 4 of the top 12 players in the NBA on one team?
You mean the Utah Jazz?
That took to beat him?
You mean the Utah Jazz?
That's a good point.
You mean the Utah Jazz? Are you talking about John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, Karl Malone? Are you talking about what are we talking about?
So you're telling me those were 4 of the top 12 players in the NBA?
That team was the best team in the Western Conference for 4 years in a row.
I ain't talking about any of the 12.
We're talking about
the top 4.
Michael Jordan beat Gary Payton, Sean Kemp. They were 2 of the top 5.
I'm talking the top 4.
Michael Jordan beat I'm sorry?
Larry Bird.
He beat Magic Johnson, James Worthy. He beat those Lakers for his first championship.
So players 3, 4,
after
and 5
going
on the
through
same team.
the 2-time defending champion Detroit Pistons.
So players 3, 4, and 5 on the same team.
Say it again.
He said players 3, 4, and 5 on the same team.
No, they weren't.
2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, and 4 were all on the same team.
I'm sorry, but LeBron is 1 and 2 against that team anyway. So what are we talking about? And then the only one he won was because their center got injured and there was nobody to guard Tristan Thompson, who should have gotten the MVP in that series. So what are we talking about again? Or Kyrie? I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Anyway. Let me see. The only time I've seen, I can say that LeBron beat the James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Oklahoma City Thunder. What else are we saying? But when he saw those San Antonio Spurs, what happened to him? I'm just saying. I mean, let's just talk about winning here because I know what it looks like for LeBron to just get totally.
I thought the conversation was the greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time.
The greatest of all time. Let's talk about championship.
Because if we want to talk about who's the most accomplished, like I told you, Bill Russell got him, Kareem got him, Mike's not even in the top 2.
Okay.
So
top 2 in what?
So we can stop
at 30 points. At 30 points a game, he's down the top 2 of what?
And yes, Mike would beat LeBron in that conversation, but that wasn't the question. The question was the GOAT.
The 30.1 average over 15 seasons.
Okay.
3 of those seasons, he was over 40 years old. That's that he's not in the top of what?
That's saying something right there too. The fact that the age factor too. But let's go back to what you said, Pastor Tucker. You talking about the championship. You talk about the fact that Bill Russell beat him, Robert Horry beat him, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has Mike on the fact that they have more championship rings than Michael Jordan. However, Robert Horry wasn't a team leader. Robert Horry was on the team.
Y'all keep trying to change the narrative.
I'm not changing the narrative at all.
Michael. See,
no, it's not fit, Michael.
Mike got more rings. Mike got more rings than LeBron because he played hard competition.
Well, let's talk about not rings.
But they didn't have to play as high competition as Mike. Wait a minute.
They did.
Either one thing got to go or one thing don't.
Huh?
Once again, all of that's out the window because if the answer is who's best, who got the most rings, it ain't Mike.
Okay, let's do this one.
Right.
So that's the bottom line. It's not Mike.
What about this?
If
we're comparing Michael Jordan to LeBron James.
Okay, if the question is who got the most rings, that's the easiest question ever because anybody who can count to 6 knows that.
Mm-hmm. Right. So
that's a good point. Right. I appreciate you conceding that.
So that was never a debate. The debate was who is the greatest basketball player of all time. So let's get down to business. Is that all right?
So let's talk about that part. Let's get to
okay.
Here's the thing.
David's sitting over there with his Jordan tracksuit on and his red, white, and blacks originals. I know that, and that's cool. But let's get back down to the business at hand.
Okay, go ahead with your position.
When you compare Jordan to LeBron, the only thing he is better than LeBron at is scoring. And he only averaged 3 more points per game during his career than LeBron, and while averaging 3 more shots per game. But LeBron still has a better field goal percentage, a better 3-point percentage. He has a higher box score plus and minus. He has a higher shooting efficiency, a higher scoring efficiency. He's averaged more assists. He's averaged more rebounds. He's a more versatile defender. He can guard all 5 positions. And he's done it longer. He has more career minutes. He has more double-doubles. He has more triple-doubles. He has more finals appearances. As a matter of fact, he has a higher everything in the playoff. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's faster, he's more durable.
And he's
got a better long-range game. He's got a better post game. And despite the fact that LeBron is not a natural scorer, in year 3, he led the league in scoring. He was the youngest player to get to 5,000, to 10,000, to 15,000, to 20,000, to 25,000, and to 30,000, and will probably pass Mike with 32,000 by the end of next season. And he does all of this while making the others around him better because he's one of the greatest passers ever, and has one of the highest basketball IQs to ever play the game.
I'll give you that.
And by the time he retires, LeBron will probably lead every major statistical category.
His field goal percentage.
So the argument comes down to Jordan is 6-0 in the finals, and LeBron is 3-5. Well, that's the only valid argument you can make because LeBron has not accomplished what Michael has accomplished. But Michael had not accomplished what Kareem had accomplished when he first retired after 9 years with only 3 championships. They built a statue for him saying the greatest of all time.
Absolutely.
And it had nothing to do with how many championships he had. It was simply because they considered him to be the best that they had ever seen.
And he was.
And if we can get past all the nostalgia and all the fandom and be honest about it, LeBron is the greatest of all time because it does not take away from Jordan's greatness. He was the greatest for about 30 years until something greater came along. I told you, there was a time when the Sky Pager was the greatest thing out. When the Motorola Razr was the baddest phone out. But that was before the Galaxies came out. That was before the iPhones came out. And ain't none of us trading in those Galaxies or iPhones to get no Motorola Razr or Sky Pager.
Hold on, Dave. Hold on, Pastor. Let me take a break.
Oh, okay, let's do it.
I was supposed to take a break a long time ago. I just didn't. So I apologize. When I come back, I'm gonna let Dave respond to Pastor Tucker's soliloquy. He went down bullet point by bullet point. I'm gonna let Dave come back and respond. Because quite frankly, I don't have nothing to come back for all that. Pastor Tucker. I had something to say, but it's really not valid. So stay right there. Show, we talking about greatest of all time. LeBron versus Jordan. Dave is for Jordan. Pastor Tucker is for LeBron.
And the Cowboys.
I'm for Jordan. Stay right there, family. It's Show. You're inside the Akintunde Show, a.k.a. the Grown Man Podcast. We'll be right back. The Akintunde Show is sponsored in part by Atomic Design,
Set the stage for maximum effect for your next live event with Atomic Design. Whether live event production, set design, custom set construction, or modular rental scenery, Atomic Design is the company for you. Official set designer of my upcoming live comedy special, Akintunde, Because I Said So. Learn more about the captivating capabilities of Atomic Design. Give them a call today at 717-626-4408. Tell them Akintunde told you to call. Atomic Design, atomicdesign.tv.
$26 logo designs. Need a logo like the ones here? Go to JaleelMakesLogos.com for yours today. JaleelMakesLogos.com. $26 logo designs. Need a logo like the ones here? Go to JaleelMakesLogos.com for yours today. JaleelMakesLogos.com.
Hey, what's up, family? The Akintunde Because I Said So Jokes and Music Tour has officially begun. Savannah, Georgia was lit. Moncks Corner was gas. Germany was spectacular. Hollywood, Florida was off the chain. The tour is rolling, and we just added some dates. So, for my full schedule, including speaking engagements, log on to my website.
The 2014 Dove Award Comedian of the Year.
It's the Akintunde Live, Because I Said So, Jokes and Music Tour, coming to a city near you. And if it's not, do something about it. Give us a call at 1-800-280-0094. That's 1-800-280-0094. Or hit me on my website. That's akintunde.net. That's AKINTUNDE.net. Because I Said So, Jokes and Music Tour, coming to a city near you. I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.
This is the Akintunde Show, aka the Grown Man Podcast family. GOAT, greatest of all time. Shout out to LL Cool J for coining the phrase. He didn't coin the phrase greatest of all time, of course, but he did come up with the phrase the GOAT, GOAT, and then had the nerve to put it on his arm, tattooed on his arm, and put on one of his album covers on the back or inside jacket or something on the album. But again, the topic is greatest of all time, LeBron versus Jordan. Now, had a great little moment in the break, because Pastor Tucker, of course, is wearing Dallas Cowboys jersey, and I mean t-shirt. And when I tell you, Pastor Tucker is a passionate, diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. I've seen people going at Pastor Tucker on Facebook when the Cowboys win. Oh my God! Or when they lost, they can't come at him so hard. And I tell you, he stood up, strong, straight back, took all of that abuse for his Cowboys' sake. We come at it a little bit, but I got to go to Dave, y'all. Before we went to break, Pastor Tucker ran down a litany of stats.
A litany of stats.
I'm talking about he went down. Bullet point. Dave, rebuttal, please.
Oh, yeah. I wish I had a list of all that so I can show all the ones you have to scratch out, first of all. Because the simple fact of the matter, you can't compare field goal percentages at this time. You can't, number one, because we don't know whether LeBron's going to make a Michael Jordan mistake and bring his own situation down in 3 years like Michael Jordan did. So we're talking about 30.1. You got to remember, 30.1 included 2-3 years of the 40-year-old Washington Wizards supposed to be an owner, Michael Jordan. But
guess what?
Guess what? That's
what
we're
talking about. What we're comparing is 15 years of basketball to 15 years of basketball.
Oh no, we can't do that because if we do that, we would have to include.
And you know why? Because of the decision that Michael Jeffrey Jordan made.
Well, or the decision that LeBron James made, because you understand that in that first year, in the first 3 years of LeBron James's career, he was in the NBA, and Michael Jordan's first 3 years of what would have been LeBron's, if LeBron had took the same route, Michael Jordan was winning a national championship, and he left college basketball as the AP National Player of the Year.
Okay.
Wait. Because I'm not done. I'll let you go through your little bullet points, your little point per game and all that. Let's talk about points per game,
He was not good enough to go pro out of high school.
Huh?
He got cut from his high school team.
When he got cut from his high school team, LeBron was still in high school. At that age, they were both still in high school, sir. So we're talking about by the time they were 17.
And LeBron,
Michael Jordan was hitting the game-winning shot.
Points in their career.
Michael Jordan was hitting the game-winning shot.
Once again, Once again, you're trying to shift the narrative in favor of Mike. We're talking year one NBA versus year 1 to year 15 versus year 15. If Mike didn't decide to come into the NBA until 3 years later, that's on Mike because he wasn't that good. Moses Malone came straight out of high school.
He was a champion.
It was not like he couldn't have.
He was a champion. LeBron had a losing record.
He was not that good.
Now, but
he hit the game winner for the championship for the North Carolina Tar Heels, and then after that became the National Player of the Year.
The Tar Heels are not National Basketball Association. Those are not professional.
Right. No. I'm saying that this is what was happening at 17,
just want to make sure you understood
18,
that's college league.
19. Because because you in your litany you added the youngest player to do this, the youngest player to do that. I'm sorry, Michael Jordan wanted to go win other places also. It just so happens when you go to Michael Jordan career, he just wins everywhere at every level. On the world stage, on the college stage, on the NBA stage, he just wins.
But I think that comparing those college years, those first 3 years, to me is somewhat apples and oranges. And the reason why I say that is because Michael Jordan did go to college. LeBron James went straight to the pros. But LeBron James' first 3 years was not spectacular at all.
And he continued to lose for the that's why he's a 3 and 5 guy now. But my thing is, even when let's talk about the maybe we're not accolade wise. Okay, so what do they look like when they lose? What about that? Because I remember when you were arguing with my man Akintunde last week, you talked about the fact that Jordan choked against the Orlando Magic. That's what you said. You used those terms. I listened to you say that. And I'm looking at you saying that he choked when he averaged 30 a game in that series. Now, what does LeBron look like choking? Oh, let's see. What does it say? The narrative reads Miami entered the playoffs. Wait. I'll let you go. Hold on. Miami entered the playoffs as the East second seed, advanced to the finals before stumbling against the Dallas Mavericks. Right?
But let him go past Tuck, and I'm going to come right back to you.
Yeah, losing in 6 games, right? Despite holding a 2-1 series lead going into Game 4, and he averaged only 17.8 points per game in that. That's a choke. Averaged 3 points in the fourth quarter of each of those games. That's choking. How can you be the greatest? How? Jordan never did that. We don't know what Jordan looks like doing that. Even against the Pistons, he never did that. He never averaged under 20 points against anyone that he lost to. When
he played against the Warriors, the series that they lost, and Iguodala got the MVP, what did LeBron average in the finals?
In an isolation offense? Are we really doing that?
In the finals,
we're going to pretend like those are just numbers?
Try to give it a caveat. Can you give me the number?
Let's see. Let's go. Those numbers were big, though. He averaged a triple-double. I do know that. He averaged a triple-double, I think over 30 points.
And over 30 points.
Absolutely.
But everybody wants to still accredit that loss to him, correct?
That loss, you wouldn't be a loss. I mean, that's his smallest loss. Now, you know what I'm saying? When we're talking about when he should have lost and didn't, when he should have won and didn't, yeah, that's not one of those. He was out there by himself. I get that. But Michael Jordan was by himself scoring 63 against the Boston Celtics, Larry Bird. I'm just saying.
Well, I think
so really he ought to be 4. So really he ought to be 4 and 5 then, right?
If he had the rest. Well, no, we don't know because when they came back with that same team has lost to those Warriors. With LeBron.
No, wait. You just said he shouldn't have lost that. So really, he ought to be 4 and 4 then, right?
I can speculate and say I feel like he wouldn't have lost that unless there was some chemistry issues. Because we know that basketball is not just the Sixers. Basketball is a lot of chemistry also.
And here's the thing.
We do know that.
Speaking of chemistry, it took both of them, and y'all know better than I would. It took both of them a few years before they caught their rhythm. LeBron James came in with a lot of hoopah and a whole lot of money. And which he deserved, but it took him a minute before he caught his rhythm. Michael Jordan came in, and it took Jordan longer to get the Bulls team that he needed to be able to get that first championship. But one thing that for me, my argument is that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time because Michael Jordan stayed there and he tested that Kool-Aid. You know, with a good Kool-Aid, a person who's a master at making Kool-Aid, you learn how to take your time and then figure out what mixes work best. That fruit punch with the grape, the grape with the lemon packages, how much sugar do I put in? And then at some point you get that right mix and like, ooh, woo. Then that's the one that you make and your brother and them people talking about, hey man, put your little mix together. Michael Jordan stayed there and he found his mix. And then he got his mix, he started winning.
He had to get
LeBron James had to get a plane ticket and a train.
Can I respond?
And go down to Miami.
Because he couldn't win with Shaq.
Can I respond to that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because we keep saying that, but how many people were changing teams back there in LeBron in Michael Jordan's day?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Free agency wasn't the thing back then.
Exactly.
When you changed the team, you got traded.
They also didn't have zone defense. I give you that too.
Right.
So the fact of the matter is, we keep saying that, but if they had free agency back then, knowing Michael to be the kind of guy he was, they hated losing. Are you trying to tell me Michael would have stayed there 9 years?
Michael turned down the Knicks, sir. That's well documented. He turned down the Knicks. Remember that?
Let him go. Let him go, Dave. Go ahead, Pastor.
You telling me Michael would have stayed there 9 years?
He did stay.
Losing, if he had an opportunity, and he could have chose what he wanted to do if he had that in his hand.
I would say that he would have stayed.
We can't say that 100%.
Either way, we speculate.
I'm not gonna say that. Mike was a gambler. Mike might have took that train. I ain't gonna ride. I give you that.
So let's stop putting that on LeBron.
I give you that.
LeBron. So let's stop putting that on LeBron because LeBron has a whole different set of tools in his tool belt from that perspective. Just like Kevin Durant does, just like Kyrie Irving does.
Right.
All the rest of them do. We don't even get at Kobe because when Kobe got drafted, Kobe basically told Charlotte not to draft him because he didn't want to go to like Charlotte back then.
Right
about that.
But nobody talks about that.
Right.
But everybody wants to put that stuff on LeBron. And we don't want to be honest about it, that a whole lot of vitriol that goes toward LeBron is simply because he fell into, just like Griff said, the Harold Miner mold coming out here with the 23 jersey, then like, oh, here you go again. And that's where a whole lot of that comes from.
He just couldn't beat the dynasty of his day. He couldn't beat the Pistons. But then when the Pistons was over, okay, when the Pistons reign was over, Michael was like, okay, it's mine and I ain't giving it back. LeBron, when he finally beat the dynasty, which was a different version of the Detroit Pistons, then he allowed he still didn't go to who was the next team after that? After that was the Boston Celtics. Another dynasty. Dynasties are being formed while the king is in the conference. Supposed king is in the conference. That never happened with Mike.
To go against him. They are forming teams to beat him. He's the one that makes the balance of power. They have said that 100 times. He is changing the landscape of the NBA because wherever he goes, why do you think Kevin Durant is playing with the Warriors right now?
Well, he's playing with the Warriors because he's trying to go on a dream team because that's LeBron's legacy is being able to go team up with other All-Stars to win championships.
And Kevin Durant recognizes.
That's LeBron's legacy. We are going to own that. That is his legacy. That is what he gave the NBA.
Is like you're not going to beat LeBron unless you got you some horses behind you.
Oh, no, because LeBron got 4 All-Stars with him.
Right. I mean, LeBron did put together. Come on, man. He went and joined the team.
He beat
that
the Warriors.
Was next level. It wasn't like he said, hey, I want y'all to come to Cleveland. He jumped ship. And I ain't got no problem with that. He jumped ship. But I think for us to try to argue whether Michael Jordan would have been faithful 25, 30 years later, you can't really argue that point. It's because we don't really know what would have happened. But what we do know is that Michael Jordan stayed there. He tested that Kool-Aid until he got the right mix. And after he got that right mix, he just kept on restirring it and adding a little bit more to it. Whereas again, if you want to argue that point for LeBron had to go somewhere else, join a team that was already formulated to get that first title. And now Kevin Durant, his issue is he don't want to be 15, 20 years sitting up doing some commentary, but LeBron on the other side looking at the players of the day, and LeBron gonna pull out them 3 rings that he might have 4 by then. He don't want LeBron to pull out them 3 rings and Kevin Durant hand looking crazy. That's his whole thing. He won't want to be Charles Barkley having that conversation. But my point is that if LeBron was playing in the 1990s, we speculate he even had that conversation. But you talking about some beast that he was playing, that Jordan was playing in 1990. I don't think LeBron James is playing the same caliber of players. Maybe I'm saying that because I'm 46 years old. Maybe I'm saying that for him. But I just don't think he was.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I think once again, we become the old man get off my lawn when we say stuff like that. Because we look at these boys in the gym, we look at their size, we look at their speed, we look at their athleticism. These boys are whole next level athletes. The thing that makes us upset and gives us that old man get off my lawn complex is the fact that the rules of the game have changed. Right. But it does not make them any less athletic. It does not mean that they could not have played back then. They're playing within the confines of the game that they're playing in. You look at James Harden. James Harden will fall down on a foul if you blow your breath up against him. Yep. But that does not mean that he could not play if you played up against him, because all of these boys had to come up playing on the blacktop before they ever played on the court somewhere.
Right, I
so
get that.
The fact of the matter is, don't mean that they could not play physical. They've all of them are in much better shape than we ever were. Like I said, if you go back and look at some of these boys that played back in the 90s, you can't find a cut on them nowhere. They just some beefy boys. Most of them are not cut up. You look at some of these boys today, these boys look like, I mean, you can count 9 packs on them. And you look at them, they're in a whole lot better shape because of the whole training regimen that they have. So it's a whole different thing. So once again, we got to stop that, man. We got to sit there and say they played in 2 different eras, and that's what it is. We can't give Michael credit saying he stayed here and he tested the Kool-Aid. He didn't have the option. He had no choice but to stay there. So we can't give him credit and say, oh, he stayed there. If LeBron didn't have no option, he would have stayed there too. So we can't do that. All we can do is go by the numbers. We can go by the stats, the things that stand the test of time. And I already laid that out for you, and Mike lost.
All right, I got to go by the numbers too.
Mike lost.
I got to go by the numbers too. I got to take a break.
Come on, man. Can I get this one in, man?
Hold on, Dave. When I come back, I promise. When I come back here, I'm coming straight to you, Dave, because we got to pay some bills, and then when I come back, it's gonna be closing comments. All right. This is the Akintunde Show, Grown Man Podcast, greatest of all time. Pastor Lewis Tucker and my man David Pendergrass. Wow, going at it, y'all. Ox Show.
Pastor Tucker bobbing and weaving over there.
All right, so here's some of the comments. Hey, let me tell you something. Boy, people got their opinions and they stuck on. Pastor Tucker, you are not listening to reality, sir. I love you, but this is not reality. You're arguing opinion. You're like a Trump voter. I love all my Trump voters, but you're arguing with alternate facts. Dwayne Prince Fisher, I love what you said. He said, with all this flopping in today's basketball, these players wouldn't last in that arena with those legends that Jordan played against. That's my whole point, Dwayne. That's what I'm saying, Pastor Tucker. Pastor Tucker then responded just before that. Mike wasn't good enough to go straight to the pros, period. Stop making excuses. It was a different time, a different game. Like you said, Moses Malone, but was Moses Malone the only player to have gone straight to the NBA at that time, or one of a few? I'm not sure. Idris said, nah, Devin. He's referring to Devin. Devin was loving. Pastor Tucker had his stats together, and I'm talking about hitting a whole bunch of his stats, and Devin was like, you better preach. I mean, hello somebody, Devin. Just because you big up and you agree with that, don't mean it's true. Okay. My screen froze up. I'm trying to read some more of these comments. Shout out to William Wallace Smith, who was also watching. Dwayne, Idris, Devin. Let me get to I'm gonna go to another screen. Technology, baby. When it's working, it's working. But when it's not, it's not. All right. Some of my comments I can't get to for whatever reason. Anybody can help me out. All right. The great debate continues. Stay tuned for this part right here. Don't leave. Don't switch off. Don't tune out, because this part right here I think is very important. David brings some great points. Pastor Tucker brings some great points. Of course, I'm leaning towards Jordan. Jordan versus LeBron James. I just tweeted LeBron James. I'm sure he got time to be. It's not like he followed me on Twitter, but I did directly tweet him. I would love for him to LeBron, if you're watching, dive into the conversation, defend yourself. I know we don't have as many followers as you do, but hey, bring your people over here. Defend yourself, LeBron. Akintunde Show.
No Static is a mobile interactive media network that delivers news and entertainment through live stream, podcasting, and direct messaging. These methods of delivery will give the network the ability to deliver a targeted message to a multi-generational audience that relies heavily on mobile devices to consume information and share that information with their peers through multiple social media platforms. No filter, no bias.
No static. Powered by free thinkers.
Akintunde Show. Hey man, happy Thursday to everybody out there listening. And if you're watching this on demand, happy whatever day it is. Whether it's nighttime, daytime, whether you're watching at your house, whether you're watching in your car, watching at work, watching at church. Shouldn't be watching at church, really shouldn't be watching at work either. However you consuming this content, I appreciate you. If you're listening to it, you can't see my face. If you're listening to it, I appreciate you. Please tag, like, share, email, call somebody. Let them know we got this new show on, man. Tell them to download the Free Thinkers Radio app. They can have the Akintunde Show, as well as all of the wonderful programs that are on the Free Thinkers Radio Network on their phone, all to yourself, 24 hours a day, watching it, listening, however you want. All there for you. All right. Again, greatest of all time, Pastor Lewis Tucker, David Pendergrass. Good spirited conversation. David, you held your mule while we went to break.
That's right.
I'm coming straight to you, man. Go ahead. Rebuttal.
The NBA record holder for highest career regular scoring average is 30.12 points by Michael Jeffrey Jordan. The NBA record for career playoff scoring average. Now, when we're talking about that, so we're saying, they can play in either era, whatever. The record is absolutely 33.4. Michael Jordan scores more for the money. 33.45 points per game in the playoff is the NBA record. It's the official NBA record. There's no maybe LeBron, nothing. That's the average. So unless you think LeBron's average is going to go up when he's already done a triple-double in the playoffs scoring over 30 points, unless you think that's going to go up, he will not surpass Jordan. When it comes down to for the money games, when it's time to win the game, Herm Edwards would say you play to win the game. LeBron's has a losing record. Period, point blank. If I can take if I say I'm not going to give you a full loss for the no Kyrie, no Kevin Love championship, where you got to play isolation and got to pad all your stats, knowing you wasn't going to win, but we're going to give you all them stats and let you use that in your argument. But we're still talking about a 3-4 LeBron James. We're talking about 3-4 LeBron James. We're also talking about a 3-4 LeBron James that has also lost on the international stage in ways that Michael Jordan never did, with teams that are known as dream teams. He brought home a bronze in 2004 in Athens. Then he, in the Olympic Games, then brought home a bronze in the FIBA World Championship. 2 bronzes with all-star teams but you're the GOAT? He lost to Paul Gasol in both times, by the way. Paul Gasol is the GOAT. So that's my thing. We're talking about when the lights are on, when it's for the money, who's better? It's always been Jordan. It's always been Jordan. There's nothing on your little stat paper to change that. It's always been him.
For time's sake, I want to get y'all on 2 other questions before we get out of here. For time's sake, Pastor Tucker, go ahead and respond, and then I'm going to roll into closing comments.
First of all, he can miss me with all that bronze medal stuff, because we heard what they told Carmelo when he started talking about how much he wanted his medals. That ain't what you do for a living. That's your summertime occupation.
Really?
That's your hobby.
Play to win the game.
Second of all, once again, all he did was repeat what I already told him. The only thing that Michael is better than LeBron at is scoring. And he averages 3 more points per game over his career than LeBron. And LeBron's not even actually a scorer. That's not even his best skill set. But in every major statistical category, he's better. So if scoring is all you want, that's okay.
And winning.
But he only averages 3 more points, but that's with 3 more shots, and so he's less efficient. And the fact of the matter is, LeBron still has a better field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, better long range, better post game, and all of those things. So basically, we're talking 3 points. So you can miss me with that too.
For the money,
and
he's
the fact
scoring
of the
8.
matter, when it comes down to it, at the end of the career, his point totals will not be there because he'll have a longer career. So the fact of the matter, if I'm going to pick one or the other to start my team with, I'm going to pick LeBron, because at the end of year 15, Jordan's going home with his 15-4-4. LeBron's still going to be rocking me 27, and he's still going to give me 4 or 5 more years. Still rocking in the 20s. So when it comes down to it, which one's better? Already just told you that.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna bring something to the table, and we hadn't talked about that. Another good friend of mine, Bishop Marcus Benjamin. When I told Bishop Marcus Benjamin the topic, he wanted to get in on a conversation, but he wasn't scheduled and couldn't work. But one thing he said, Pastor Tuck, that you have to take into consideration. He said, LeBron James is not a fourth quarter closer on the level that Michael Jordan is. Now, in the comedy world, the show is broken down by hierarchy. There's your headliner, there's your feature, and there's your MC. The middle spot is a great spot because you can pretty much, you gotta wake them up, you gotta put them to bed. But what you got to be, if you're gonna close that show, you got to be a closer. You got to, no matter what happened in the show, no matter how good the first guy was, how good the second guy was, you got to put that show to bed. That Michael Jordan is a fourth quarter, last minute. Michael Jordan on that level, he's a Tom Brady level. Whereas you can't count this joker out if it's 9 seconds left. You couldn't count Michael Jordan out if it's 4 seconds left, 2 seconds left. LeBron James, you pretty much count him out at 90 seconds, minute and a half, 2 minutes.
You can count him out.
Okay.
So you know you ain't got to worry about him. He done stuffed his stats and he going home. He ain't come to win.
Okay. Dave, you can sit this one out. Your boy lobbed this one up for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and serve this one back home. Y'all want to keep talking about LeBron's not clutch? Well, in playoff games, tied or trailing, 5 seconds left, Jordan is 5-11. LeBron is 6-12. LeBron has the highest points per game in Game 7s in the playoffs. So let's understand something. We keep trying to say LeBron's not clutch. And if it comes down to it, you want Jordan to take that last shot. And we keep trying to rewrite the narrative as if there are not so many games that were down to the wire where Paxson took the last shot, Kerr took the last shot.
Who passing the ball?
This is the thing that they always keep trying to change the narrative. Like LeBron James is the only one that's allowed to have teammates. So once again, let's stop with the fandom. Let's go back and look at those tapes and see how many times did somebody else take the game winner. Yes, Mike drained some nasty ones. But
and
Mike
he passed
is
the
not
ball
the only
to
player on the Chicago Bulls
and he
ever to
passed
hit
the ball
a
to
shot.
Kerr.
And so let's cut that. Let's cut that, all right? And so when you're the best passer in the game, and when you can draw triple coverage, and everybody got to be on you, and you can still get the ball to one of your shooters to make the shot and still win the game, it doesn't matter as long as they get there. But the fact of the matter is, the stats will still show what they are. At the end of the day, Wilt Chamberlain is still known for his 100-point game. Why? Because it's in the record books. Mm-hmm. Bill Russell's still known for his 11 rings. Why? Because it's still in the record books. Kareem is still known for his MVPs. Why? Because it's still in the record books. And at the end of the day, just about all of Jordan's stats will get wiped away. The only ones that he'll still have are the ones y'all keep holding on to. He's 6-0 in the finals.
Winning.
But once again, you got to remember, he had to lose some of those semifinals in order to be perfect in the finals. So we're giving him credit for losing. So once again, miss me with that 6-0 in the finals.
Because
LeBron has been to the finals more times than Jordan did, because Jordan had to lose sometimes not to get there.
But Pastor, here's the thing. To me, when you talk about the fact that Jordan just happened to lose before he got into the finals, and all the finals he got into, he won because he's a winner. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like what I always say, look, you look at the White House, it's alternative facts. To me, you kind of pulling on some alternative facts there and pulling something together that don't really mix.
Hold on. I'm the alternative fact guy. LeBron been there 8 times. If Jordan was 8-0 and LeBron was 3-5, then you could tell me that then we talking about the same thing. But LeBron has been there 8 times and Jordan only went there 6.
And
so that
we know
means
good
that
and
he
well.
did not make it 2 more times.
But again,
stopped playing.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You mentioned something else. You mentioned the fact that Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain got the highest score, the highest scoring games. Again, you talking about some guys. When Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell was playing basketball, it was like going to a Harlem Globetrotters game through the majority of the league. You know them cats over there about to lose because this right here is a unusual specimen. This is not the same level. So I think that argument there it don't hold water. Okay, so I think comparing
and you know who says that? LeBron, Jordan apologists. Because you don't hear nobody disrespecting Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain like that. The greats even tell you. The greats don't even say no mess like that.
Say what? Because Wilt Chamberlain and George Mikan played against nobody?
The same errors. That's just like Dave when he started this conversation, trying to talk about Dr. J being an ABA. I'm like, yeah, your boy wouldn't have wanted to see him. Yeah, you can talk that smack all day if you want to.
ABA, brother. Different basketball. This basketball orange. All right. This basketball here orange. It ain't USA color. It's orange. All right. It ain't the same ball. I don't even know. All right. So first of all, from
he said it's basketball orange.
It's basketball orange.
No, he said orange. Right, Dave wins the comedy award, but he loses the debate.
So
that's
realize.
All right.
1986, Jordan won his first scoring title, and no one won another scoring title until he left. Then he came back. When he came back to the league, he was once again the scoring title again. In between him, no one from his position was even ready to win the scoring title. It was David Robinson and then I believe Shaquille O'Neal or somebody. David Robinson and Shaquille O'Neal, brother.
You ain't doing nothing but repeating the stuff I already told you.
What I'm saying, because the truth ain't gonna change.
He has more rings than LeBron, and he's a better scorer.
He wins.
But that's it.
LeBron ain't lose. LeBron has lost 5 times. You want to tell me he better than Mike?
Well,
but that's it.
Well, you know what? just like the whole argument itself. You're not gonna really.
Dominique Wilkins to go from what you talking about.
You're not gonna really.
They got stats.
Come to a full consensus.
They ain't win though.
Dave is tripping. Dave really is
played to win the game.
All right, before we get out of here.
Look, they swinging behind the bell trying to get it.
I'm just saying.
He went it behind.
You want to tell me this loser better?
The fight he had already been declared the loser. He's still swinging.
He lose better. He lose better. Look at his stats when he lose.
I got to come here like Harold Letterman.
Look at his stats when he lose.
Look, guys, I'm telling you who won the fight. I think Pastor Tucker came in and had a couple of good matches in there, but Dave came back strong at the end with the comic line talking about the orange color basketball against the red, white, and blue basketball. I think if you come back when it all came down and said it, put it all together, hey, I think it was a close fight. Harold Letterman, guys. Harold Letterman.
Mike never even let it go to the judges, brother. That's what I'm saying. He ain't never seen a game 7 in the finals.
All right, hold on. Before we get out of here.
He came to win.
We way over time. Before we get out of here, I gotta ask y'all about the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Okay. Pastor Tuck, your thoughts on just that amazing comeback.
Alexa commercial?
Huh?
Alexa commercial? That was the best part of the whole Super Bowl.
Come on.
Those Alexa commercials.
Come on, Pastor Tuck. I know how you feel about the Philadelphia Eagles because you are a Dallas Cowboys
and the Patriots.
Right.
So the only good outcome of that whole Super Bowl would have been 0-0.
Oh, man.
He die hard with the Cowboys. You gotta respect the man. He loves his Cowboys. Come on. You gotta give it up for the Philadelphia Eagles.
No, I'm gonna tell you. Like I said, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan.
Yeah,
and I feel a little bit of throw up in my mouth about to say something good about the Eagles, but I'm gonna tell you the one thing I do applaud the Eagles for more than anything else is that both of their quarterbacks were believers. They put their faith out there on Front Street.
Yeah.
And so I can stand up for them for that reason, that reason alone. And so I'm just standing up for the brethren, not the team they play for. Maybe they could get traded somewhere. But as I tell all of them, I just can't stand the Eagles fan because they always want to keep talking trash. And like I said, my answer has to come back like Dave. How many rings you got? That's the argument I got for them. How many rings you got?
They got one now.
That's it.
Look, and so I tell them, so welcome to the grown-up table, but get me 4 more before you come talking trash.
Oh.
I love it. Spoken like a true Cowboys fan, a diehard, passionate, consistent, and faithful Cowboys fan. Dave, your thoughts on the Super Bowl?
Oh, I'm glad I ain't missed nothing. I've been boycotting the whole season. What game?
Wow.
Well, I didn't see Kaepernick, so I ain't see no game. My subscriptions were all cut off. I ain't watching nothing. Y'all can have it. I watch a little Sports Center on the side, but anything that I feel like is gonna bring NFL
the
time.
Alexa commercial was beast, yo. The Alexa commercial was beast.
That's it. Yeah, I seen it on YouTube.
So Dave, you faithful to Kaepernick to the point that you cut off the NFL.
Absolutely. I mean, it wasn't even a hard choice. The situation is this: a backup quarterback won the Super Bowl, so you can't tell me that Kaepernick wasn't intentionally blackballed. I mean, there's nothing else to be said. I mean, when I sit out here and I watch the quarterback, not watch, but heard who was quarterbacking for the Minnesota Vikings, I said, oh, yeah, he's blackballed. You see what I'm saying? If your starting quarterback is the old Houston quarterback who was a backup then, he's a backup now, and now he's in the NFC Championship game, and he's still a backup. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's still, as soon as the other guy comes back, he's back to the bench. You know what I'm saying? So you had two bench warmers playing against each other in the championship game, but Kaepernick can't even get a job. For what? For a peaceful protest? Bye. I don't need the NFL like that.
I respect that.
I don't.
I respect that.
NFL, and the NBA started up early enough that I ain't even miss it. Straight up.
But your boy Jordan won't play.
Hey, one thing.
Then I had Lonzo Ball and all that. Yeah, I had something to watch. I'm straight.
One thing every good comedian knows is when to close. And that right there, that's a line when to close. Right there. Pastor Lewis Tucker, David Pendergrass. Good old spirited debate. Greatest of all times. I'm sure many of you have an opinion. Please comment. Comment in the line below this right here. Repost this video, put it on Twitter. Put it on, we can't put the whole thing on Instagram. Share it all over the place, man. Good debate, gentlemen. Good debate.
Shouts out.
I do not agree with Pastor Tucker. This is probably one of the few things that me and Pastor Tucker disagree on. But just about everything else, we talk for hours about stuff we agree about. This right here is one we don't. He's LeBron James. I'm Michael Jordan. Dave got. I'm telling you, and I did. He right. I know you're gonna talk trash when I call him. I did have to bring in reinforcement. I did. Hey, every good playground fight, hey, I'm going to get my cousin. Cause you beat me up out here, I'm going to get my cousin. I ain't even ran off the park. I went straight to the edge of the park. I said, Dave! Lewis jumping on me over here. I need some help.
I tell you, he can come on, he can get some of this work too.
Man, I sent JJ Beret over there to see what he got to say there. Little Mexican man.
Hey, Pastor, give everybody your social media, your Twitter, your Facebook, so they can reach out to you. And also tell everybody about the Man Cave. The Man Cave where brothers can come together and talk about other things, not just sports, but other real life, male issues, topics, conversations. Give social media and tell us about the Man Cave.
Yes, sir. The Man Cave, like I said, every second and fourth Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Like I said, it's a closed group on Facebook. Like I said, the way you get into the Man Cave, you got to find a man who's already in there. Like I said, hook up with Dave, myself, friend request us, send us a message on Facebook. Let us know you want to be a part of the Man Cave. We can add you to the group. But like I said, in the Man Cave, we talk about all the kind of male issues. Like I said, it's a closed group. This next Man Cave coming up, we're going to have guest Pastor Boyd Bullock's going to come in. We're talking about relationship goals. Like I said, February, like I said, right before Valentine's Day, trying to help the men.
That's good.
Keep your significant other. We don't want you to lose them.
Right.
So we're trying to help you get your relationship goals on point.
Yeah.
But like I said, we're always just trying to help men be better men because the world is built upon men, and we got to get better at that. But like I said, if you're trying to get in touch with us anyway, like I said, just go to www.lovemychurch.org. And like I said, all of our information is there, information about our books. Like I said, you can get our Twitter account, our Facebook account, all of that's right there. Just lovemychurch.org.
Lovemychurch.org. Dave, tell everybody where they can catch you on social media. And also tell them about the show you co-host here on Free Thinkers Radio as well.
Well, I'm David Pendergrass. You figure out, you go back and find Teddy Pendergrass, enjoy his music, get you some culture, and then that's how you spell my last name. then you'll know two important facts right there. You know what I mean? I also co-host the Free Thinkers Radio Show.
Yeah.
Here where we bring in people from different ethnicities and, sometimes different belief systems and stuff, and we challenge them because at the end of the day, it's kind of like the free thinkers thing became something they tried to take hold of as, atheist community, whatever. But if you think about it, there's nothing free about that way of thinking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's freedom in Christ.
Right.
And, so therefore, if we have a free mind, we're able to actually make, we're able to actually disseminate information, you know what I'm saying? See it for what it is and see it through the lens of, of true freedom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so what we do is we invite you on. You think Christianity is brainwashing? Come on over here. Let's see what you're brainwashed with.
Yeah.
Shouts out.
Good stuff. and they catch you at David Pendergrass.
Look up David Pendergrass on Facebook. Look up Free Thinkers Radio on Twitter, Instagram, all that. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Periscope, YouTube. Doggone, we down the street. I mean, we probably down the laundromat. You can just ask them for Free Thinkers Radio, and they'll say go around. Straight up.
Right.
Go to the grocery store and say, Grandma, you seen Free Thinkers? Oh, I just seen them. We everywhere.
Though.
We everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
well, y'all, you know what? Usually I would take a break and come back close out. I ain't got nothing else. we have covered it today. We have covered it, and we are way over time. But that's the beauty of being on podcast and being on Facebook Live is you can go over time and ain't nobody gonna bother. Praise the Lord. Okay.
Free.
But next week, let me tease this topic right here next week. We're not gonna talk about it right now. I'm teasing this topic for next week. All you dog lovers out there, I really need to hear from y'all. I'm about sick of these dogs.
Oh boy.
And I'm not saying I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being mean to your dog. I'm not the person who is wishing ill upon your dog. I love the fact that you love your dog. Don't send me no nasty email. But this whole dog accessibleness that's going on, it's getting ridiculous. Dogs go to church now. Dogs be in the restaurants, be in grocery stores. The only place I ain't seen a dog yet is in the hospital. That's the only place I ain't seen a dog yet is in the hospital. But what is going on? Something is going on. It's getting out of control. That's the topic for next week. I'm looking for a dog lover to come on the show and let's talk. I need, whether you in Colombia or whether you another part of the world, I don't care where you are. If you're a dog lover and you passionate about your animal.
Might go worse than this conversation.
I'm sure it will be. You're right. Dave made a great point. He said it's probably be worse in this conversation. See, that's something me and Pastor Tucker on the same page. I don't know if Pastor Tucker don't like dogs as much as I don't, but I do know when I go to his house, ain't no dogs in there. I ain't got to worry about what's going on. I ain't got to worry about that. People, y'all. The thing with dogs is, I'm restating my case. I'll be restating this for next week. But let me tell y'all something. Y'all bad for people come to your house and you sit down and your dog just be running all over the place. Zoom, he all over the place. And then you talking about, he okay. He just friendly. No, get your dog. I don't like dogs. Your dog shouldn't be sniffing on me. And I don't like him licking my shoes. You probably think of the shoes. I don't care. I don't want your dog licking my shoes. I did not come to your house to be licked on. I did not. I did not come to your house to be licked on. And that is very disrespectful. Now, I'm passionate about this. So I'm looking for some dog lovers who are just passionate. I want somebody who let dogs kiss him in the mouth. That's what I'm looking for.
But that is too far.
I want somebody who is all in.
I'm
talking about sold out for your dog. Some of y'all, you sold out for dogs, but not sold out for Christ. I want somebody who sold out for their dog. I mean, I ain't talking about no person like you on the edge, like you kind of like dogs. I ain't talking about somebody who dogs sleep outside. I'm talking about one of y'all people here. I'm talking about one of y'all. I want to talk about it. So shout out to all the dog haters. Pastor Tucker.
Amen.
Erica Campbell.
Amen.
There's a whole bunch of us. We rising up.
I'll say this. I just went to the PETA website. And I just went to the PETA website, and all they're talking about is becoming a vegan. I feel like I might have to get on your side with that, man, because I ain't with this.
You know, it's crazy.
I ain't with this.
Hey, Dave, you know what? This is something I heard, and I know I'm getting into my show for next week, but it's something I heard. They tell me now, if Pastor Tucker, if you said you wanted to adopt a dog, if you look back in the day, if dogs was in such disarray, needing homes, somebody say, hey, Pastor Tuck, we adopting dogs. You say, you know what? I think me and Kai and Courtney and Pastor Stephanie, I think we want a dog. You know what they would say? Thank you. Come and get them. Oh my God. And they take a picture with you. Come in, this family just adopted a dog. You know what? If you say you want to adopt a dog today, what you got to get through? You got to get a background check. Amen. Somebody got to come to your house and check your house out and make sure it's clean. They want to know where the dog goes to sleep. What in the world is going on? That's the devil.
They ain't got to go no further in the driveway because he ain't coming in my house.
Right. See? And you know what they're going to say? They're going to say, oh my God, you're going to make him sleep outside in the cold?
Oh, yeah.
That's what dog.
Yeah, that's where you found him at.
Right. He said that's where you found him at. Hey, it was crazy. You know, this is the last thing I promise you. You know who really struggling right now? You know who really ain't making no money right now?
Who that?
People who make dog houses. When the last time you see a dog house in somebody's backyard?
Yeah.
Remember old school dog house? When the last time you see a dog house? You don't even see dog house no more. You know why? Because your dog lovers is tripping. That's next week. So I'm calling out all the dog lovers, all you people who post pictures of your dog, all you people who put clothes on your dog, you put barrettes on your dog, you grown men who letting your wife feminize you, walk around with a little lap dog. I'm talking to you. I'm coming at you, juggler. Straight to your juggler. That's next week. Akintunde show. Thank you, Pastor Tucker. Thank you, David Pendergrass.
Thank you for having me, man.
Akintunde show, aka the Grown Man Podcast. I know I'm gonna take a lot of heat for this, but I'm ready for it. Hey, family, I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.
That's it.